Strap in, ball bags. It's time for another series. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. It's January. It's the second week of January, I think. I think we've just finished up the headless telly, which went very well, I think you agree. We've got a whole new series. This is episode 1. Most people tune in for episode 1, then they realise they're not going to get instant gratification, and they're gone by episode 4. But if you make it to the end, well done you. You've got some staying power. Much appreciated. We're making Charlie Starr's oak Telecaster, and that is going to be awesome. This is a commission build. A client asked me to make a copy of Charlie Starr's Telecaster. I had no idea who Charlie Starr was, I'm ashamed to admit. Since then I've done lots of Googling, lots of deep diving, lots of following. The geezer's a bit of a legend. Unfortunately, there's loads of videos about him on YouTube, loads, and I can see why. What a geezer. He appreciates the guitar. We're making his oak guitar, his oak telly. It's all got fancy carving. I'll give you a picture now. That's going to make quite an interesting build. I am going to make a couple of changes because that's what we do around here. If I do something that you think, oh, that's not the same as Charlie's guitar, don't get a bee in your bonnet. Doesn't really matter. We're just going to have a go. We're just building the closest we can, and I'm going to modernise and make some cool changes. I hope the client don't mind. Do you want to see what wood I'm using? First things first. Charlie's Telecaster is between 11 and 12 pounds. Holy fuck. That's unacceptable, and that's why I'm making some interesting design choices. That is a massive lump of oak. I'll just put the last piece of oak on the scales and they shit their pants. Whoopsie daisy! So we're not doing that. Here we've got a nice oak body blank. Oak, you say? Very unusual in the luthier world. It is. It does actually make very nice necks. But there's our oak body blank. I've machined it up a bit. It's not to finished thickness, and we're going to make some changes, some interesting changes. I'm going to hollow it out. We're going to make Charlie Starr's Telecaster, but I'm going to make it semi-hollow, but with no F-holes. I want to get as much weight out of this body blank as I can. Would have been nice to do a one-piece body, but whether we get a stable body blank, I don't think we would. Wood pun. So I'm going to use this bit of oak, and I'm going to make a book-matched cap. I'm going to machine this down to about 38mm, and then I'm going to make a 6mm cap. So I might go 36 and an 8mm cap, don't really matter.
Don't even care.
When we've made that, I'm going to have a go at the engraving. It's going to be 2-piece, it should all glue up, it's all oak. We might see a tiny body seam, but nothing too crazy, and we should end up with a much lighter guitar. I'm pretty sure we can shave a good £1.50 off it, which makes all the difference, Might make it more resonant. Who knows? What's going to happen? Right, let's run through the gear I'm using, shall we? Charlie's guitar had a P90 and a lipstick pickup, a low output pickup in the neck. Quite interested to use that, never done that before. Looked at various brands, I prefer Warman pickups. They're a great alternative to some of the way more expensive stuff. Lipstick pickups can range from 40 quid to 140 quid. The specs seem very similar. These have great reviews. I'm always very happy with Warman pickups, really. Charlie's guitar, it's not a string through body. It's a top mount bridge, and it's a chrome bridge with black saddles. I've actually taken this off my old telly, and I've taken this off as well because they show some signs of wear, some gentle signs of wear. And we're making a guitar that, you know, we're not relicing it as such, but we're just warming it up, all right? There's no paint on it for me to ruin. Still not very good at painting. I'm trying, but off camera for now. We'll keep that off camera because it's filth. 500k pots, orange drop cap. Don't moan about the type of capacitors used in guitars. Fucking just stop it, all right? We are using Wilkinson tuners. Fender do a very similar one. They're all the bloody same. They're a great option for you, great option. I love Fenders, love them, but I don't like Fender's square neck heels with the plate. I just don't like it. Same as Les Pauls, hate the square heel, hate it. Great for longevity, very tough maybe for mass producing, I don't know, but not great. So I prefer to use this technique, you've probably all seen it before. Very common online, internet. People use machine bolts, M6 bolts. I've got that. I've contacted the customer just to check that he's happy with that, but he watches the videos. I'm pretty sure he's expecting it. It looks the same from the front, and the fret access for the top of the guitar, way better, way better. So that's what we're going for. That's the run through. Run through complete. What's next, you add? Well, because I'm waiting for my neckwood, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to glue up this body blank. And then once this is glued up, I'm going to thickness it. And I'm also, out of this bit of wood, because it's a nice bit of oak this, I'm going to chop myself a usable piece, and then I'm going to book match it. Chop that, book match it, sand it, get it all nice. This is where some decent machinery helps. Stick along for the ride, everyone. This is going to be a very interesting build. We do swear a bit around here, so sorry about that if the odd fuck slips out. Because it does, because I'm a carpenter. I've got a hairy ass like the rest of all the other carpenters, and I'm just going to say it as it is. There's lots of bullshit on the internet. Let's keep it to facts, or at least what I think is facts. Cue music. Back in the workshop, I'm supposed to be doing other things, but I've hurt my back lifting a fucking trap bar. It's lovely being fit and strong, apart from the fact that most of the time you ache like a bitch and feel like you're 74. But I digress. I bought myself a little treat. I bought the biggest lump of maple I've ever seen because it was on eBay, and I thought, well, that's a winner, and it was a right old deal. If I chop this up into 7 neck blanks, which is actually big enough for, it would cost me about 18 quid a neck blank. I'm not going to chop it up that small though, because if I've learned anything over the years is if you cut big lumps of wood into little ones, the little ones do whatever they fucking want. They lay on the bench, they do the luge.
Are you on drugs?
So I'm going to cut this oversized. One piece necks are 24.76 mil. 24.76 mil. 0.974.52122. There's that many milli-inches. Never gets old, that, apart from me, apart from my back. So 25 mil. I'm going to cut these oversized to 30. I'm not going to take the piss. Let's have a little look how many I can get. First thing I'm going to do is have a little look at how straight this bit of wood is. And the gentleman that I bought this off on eBay has done a stellar job, and it's lovely. As you can see, my telly template is nowhere near the size of this. Now I'm going to whiz it through the table saw. My table saw won't go all the way through. I don't want to be ripping all these with a bandsaw. You get a bit more wastage with the table saw, but it's a lot fucking easier, isn't it? I've got to work around this shake. It goes all the way through the wood there. Well, that was a good purchase. I don't like using the table saw without the gubbins on it, but this was too thick. This was too thick, so I had to go either way. Anyway, still got all my fingers. Thank you for your well wishes that are undoubtedly going to come in the comments. I've got 2 necks. I managed to avoid that shake. I've got 2 neck blanks, which obviously have got a little bit missing, but they are perfectly fine for traditional Fender necks that are going to have fretboards. Lovely. And I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full pieces for full thickness, 1 piece, sexy necks. Which is how I like to make them. Skunk stripes all the way for me. Fucking turns me on. More than it should. So let's pick a nice one for Charlie Starr's telly. That one there, got a lovely bit of up and down grain. Oh, she's straight. Who knows what's going to happen to this in the next week or so. It might go a little bit shonky. I'm not sure. And all I'm going to do for now, for this video, is just get this one cut to shape. So out comes our telly template. We keep life very simple. Keep your offcuts, because you can laminate them all together and make useless crap.
You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
I'm going to try and go with the grain with this. I'm going to try and keep it looking all a little bit spanking. Right, bandsaw, router, back on the bench, next done for now. So all I'm going to do to it, we're going to let this climatise. I'm going to come back in about a week or so, which will be next week's video. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And we'll do some work on that bad boy. But for now, let's just see how it does. When you go around the end here, just coming around the corner, you can have some massive chip outs. So it's nice to get that as close as you can, either with the chop saw, bit of sanding, so you're taking just a gnat's foreskin off there, nothing major, right? Yeah. Don't know why I made a noise there. You do that when you get old, don't you? You make noises when you sit down and things. I've noticed, it's creeping up on me. I used to be able to sit down in a chair without going, ah. Now, I've got to hitch the trousers. We've got some awesome grain in the headstock. That looks really cool. For a straight rock maple, whatever you fucking want to call it, that's lovely. I'm going to leave that as it is now, just to make sure he's not going to go wibbly wobbly on me. What I'll probably do in a couple of days' time, I'll get it closer to the thickness it needs to be. I'll still leave myself a couple of mil, and then I will give it a good week of just sitting there, doing what it wants to do. Do you remember those fish you got in Christmas crackers and you put them on and it tells you if you're in love or whether you just hate people, and it would curl up? That might happen to that. Do you remember we made a body blank? Here's my oak body. It's got a bit going on, this oak. I quite like it. It's got some details. Surprising what you get in oak trees. If you go and pick it at the lumber yard, you can find some good gear. We need to make this telly shape now, and I need to start chopping out all the insides. So here's me telly templates. Centre line is fucking invisible. It's currently December the 19th. This is actually a January build, but I've got a little bit of time. I was supposed to be renovating a flat, and I can't be fucking bothered to look at it at the minute. It's making me feel a bit sick. I'm ready to become a full-time YouTuber. The day job is doing my nutting now. Let's get this one whipped out. Speedy up, 8. Now I've made a conscious decision to leave the character on the back of this telly body. I just think that grain and these little shakes and pits, they just make it look cool. I like it. So I made an executive decision. We're very uniform and posh on the top. We're just giving the back a bit of attitude. There's nothing going on the back of this guitar. There's no string through, there's no control cavities. It's very, very plain Jane. So I've just left it with a bit of pizzazz.
Boom, boom, boom.
I think I might have a 72 hollow body routing template. Let's have a look. I have, look at that. I've got a routing template. Get your balls out. So we're pretty much the shape. I haven't done the outside yet. We'll do WYSIWYGs for that. Lots of that going on in this episode. Let's see how much this fucker weighs. The before and the afters. 3.1 kilos. My average meal size. So let's see what we can take off her. Now I'm conscious I have got a little knotty shaker, so I'm not going to go too deep. It's amazing how much they took out of them in the old days, isn't it? That's quite a lot. Doesn't leave you a lot on the edges. So I'll get this shaped, we'll get it drilled out, hogged out, routed out, and we'll come back with something that looks a little bit like a fucking charcuterie board. Bring on the rock music. Well, that was a lot of mess. I've had a sweep up. You didn't need to see the sweeping. Needless to say, I did a very economical job. And we've got lots chopped out. Doesn't she look pleasant? Should we have a weigh-in? What did I say it was? 3.1 kilos, didn't I? I forgot, I should have written that down. 1.83. We've saved...
A lot of boring math later.
We've saved 1.3 kilos. What's that in pounds, I hear you ask? Yeah, an amount of pounds. Excellent. So how does that fare with our cap? That's going to be the next step, isn't it? We're starting to make a bit of progress. We're starting to make telly-shaped things. Here's my cap. Now, as I said, I've spoken to the client. I will be relieving this corner and using a bolt method to fix our neck. It is an improvement on the fender design. I know that sounds like I'm taking a piss coming from me, a lonely little guitar builder from Devon, but that's the only thing I don't like about fenders is that square heel, minging. So we've got that drawn out. I am going to cut this out. I'm not taking you with me on that cut because I've moved the camera around about 90,000 fucking times today. It's pissing me off. 2 seconds. Cracking, rough as rats. Rough as rats. There's our cap. We've got a semi-hollow telly with a total thickness of 46 mil. And it weighs not a lot. I'm happy with that. Proper happy with that. So just remind you of the carving I've got to do. It looks like this. I've got it on the screen now. I'll talk while it's on the screen because I'm learning to video edit. There's a little bit of relief and contour. I'm going to have a go at carving this by hand. I'm going to have it carved by hand. I'm going to have a go and I'm going to do it on camera in the next episode. So in the next episode, we will get the neck skunk striping ready for it to be machined up and I will get this top cap carved. I'm going to do all the oh, it's fucking nerve-wracking, isn't it? It is nerve-wracking. I think I'm going to double-sided tape this cap on. I'm going to do my routes so I know that there's no complications there and I know where everything is. And then I'm going to carve it.
Pussy.
Yeah, let's do that, shall we? I don't want to mess up any previous stages. I think that's pretty unavoidable and I should have some more confidence in my own abilities. But once you've had a few years of cock-ups, there's always, back of the head, mate, back of the head, it's always there. I'm glad I went a little bit gnarlier on the back. She's got a bit of life, a bit of love. I think you'll agree. Plain wood looks plain. I mean, that's a nice book match top, but it's got no fucking balls, is it? But we're going to carve the shit out of it and make it look pretty. If anyone knows Charlie, ping him a line. Say, oi, watch this. Imagine Charlie Starr in My Life Studios. Whew. Heady heights, heady heights. So I'm happy with that. I'm stood here, I'm waffling, I'm rubbing wood uncontrollably. Where's the neck blank? I mean, as far as muted colours go, it's very muted, isn't it? The neck, Charlie's neck is a bit old and withered, and obviously we've got this bright white, so I'm not going to tint it with any colours. I'm literally going to do everything I've got to do, and then I'm going to get it a bit dirty, not too much, and I'm going to oil it with True Oil. The reason I'm going to use True Oil is because that does give it a little bit of a tint. It's a bit coloured. So I'll be using True Oil on this neck, and I do like that as a finish. One little cheeky trick I've learned is using sanding sealer first. So we'll fret it, we'll spray it with sanding sealer, we'll True Oil it up, and then we'll get our frets in. That sounds like a plan. Thanks for watching this episode. It's really a let's get it all ready. Let's get ready to build a guitar episode, isn't it? I'm trying to get the juices flowing, which is a hideous saying, and I'm trying to get you excited. So come back next week, tell your friends, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that shit. And use my affiliate links. If you're gonna buy anything, there's some Amazon links, there's some other shit. You know how affiliates work. I don't need to explain that. It's everywhere on YouTube. It's a giant advert. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you later. Well, next week to be precise. Fucking hell. Logic.